steady progress in the BRI cooperation and expanded cooperation in the economic and the trade area. And we also have an innovative way of cooperation. We made solid progress in this regard. First of all, we have continued to deepen our trade cooperation. In 2018, the trade volume between China and the Belt and Road countries has reached 1.3 trillion RMB, up by 1.3% year-over-year. This accounts for 27.4% of the total trade volume. And the export from China to Belt and Road countries was about $704 billion, which has a 2.5% increase. And we also continue to release the potential between the cooperation between China and the Belt and Road countries. The non-financial direct investment has been increased by 8%, accounting for 30% of the total average. And the overseas contracted projects values around like 83 billion RMB. The direct investment from the BRI countries to China is around $6 billion. And we also have a positive progress made in the cooperation. And we have initiated different varieties of railways as well as the transportation initiative. And we have made solid progress in implementing the build-out of the railway between China and Thailand. And we have also implemented the FTA in certain countries from the Belt and Road countries along the route. We also have made solid progress in the FTA negotiations with the countries along the Belt and Road route. The second information is about the performance of the consumption market in 2018, according to the MBS. The retail sales of consumer goods is about 38 trillion RMB, up by 9% year-over-year. The retail sales of consumer goods has contributed a larger share for the total GDP in China. In 2018, we have maintained a stable performance of the consumption market and keep expanding the consumption scale and innovative consumption model. We have continued to upgrade the consumption market and make bigger contribution in the consumption market. We have 4 features for the performance of the consumption market. We have continued to expand the performance of the online sales of physical goods. For the online sales of the physical goods, we have registered a 5.4% increase, accounting for 80% of the retail sales of consumer goods, which has a 5% increase year-over-year. And we also see a 26% increase for the express delivery pieces, according to the statistics from the State Post Bureau. And we have integrated the online and offline e-commerce business. For the key enterprises monitored by MOFCOM, we see a 7.9% increase in convenience store sales and also a 4% increase for the supermarket, which has a 0.5% and 1% increase compared to 2017. And we also see a strong momentum in the retail sales of the NEUs. And the intelligent and smart products gain greater popularity in the market. And for the appliances and also cosmetics, we also see a faster growth in the online market as compared to the offline market. For the key retail market, retail business that was monitored by the MOFCOM, we also see a faster growth for the daily necessities, which has a 2.1% increase. we have sold 1.2 million new energy vehicles in 2018. Third, I would like to talk about the service consumption. And we have a better performance for the consumption in the entertainment and the cultural products. And we also see a rapid growth for the service consumption in the culture, tourism performance. And for example, in Beijing, we have an 11% increase for the service consumption in Beijing, contributed 82% of the total. And we have realized 4.2 trillion RMB from the catering service, 0.6% increase compared to the previous year. And for the ticket office, we have achieved around 680 million RMB. And for the tourism, the number of tourists we were expecting in 2018 is around 5.5 billion. And we also have a moderate increase of the consumption price. The CPI increased at 2.1% in 2018 compared to the previous year. For the 36 cities that was monitored by the MOFCOM, we have seen a moderate increase for the agricultural products. And for the beef, dairy products, we have seen a 40% increase and 8.6% increase. And the pork price has been reduced by 6.9%. These are the information I would like to release. Now I'm ready to take your questions. From Sansha Satellite. And we are expecting to have Boao Forum from March the 26th to the 29th of March in 2019. And we also have a special section to talk about the BRI. And also this year, we are expecting the second BRI forum. And so what are the measures that will be taken by MOFCOM to continue to boost the initiative that has been mentioned above? As I have just briefed you about the cooperation between China and the Belt and Road countries in 2018, and in 2019 we will continue to work with relevant countries to make further progress in this regard. First of all, China will continue to open our market so that we can share some of the development opportunities with those Belt and Road countries. At the same time, we will also boost the openness between the Belt and Road countries so as to build an open economy so that we can strive for common development. Second, we would like to promote the trade facilitation and liberalization. We would like to continue our efforts to discuss the FTA with relevant countries. And we would like to better connect the policies with the Belt and Road countries so as to build an innovative way of cooperation so that we can better facilitate the trade cooperation. Third, we would like to establish more trade platforms. We will give full play to CIIE. The first CIIE, we have over 1,000 companies from 55 BRI countries attending this CIIE. And the second CIIE, we will invite more companies from the Belt and Road countries. At the same time, we would like to work with relevant countries to organize exhibitions and forums so that we can boost the cooperation with the BRI countries. In summary, we stand ready with the BRI countries to deepen our economic and trade cooperation so that we can push forward for a high-quality development for the BRI. Next question, please. CGTN. Recently, we have been noted that there have been slow progress that's been made between the China-U.S. trade talks. And recently, we heard that one of the trade talks was cancelled recently. Can you give us more information about that and verify this information? About the cancellation of the trade talk, this is groundless and not true. As a matter of fact, for the delegation of two sides, we have kept in close contact. At the invitation of the Treasury Secretary and the Trade Representative, Vice Premier Liu He will visit U.S. on the 30th and the 31st of January, and we will have another round of high-level trade talks. The purpose is to follow up and implement the consensus that has been made between the two sides. Currently, the two sides has made preparations and kept in close contact in preparation with the trade talk coming ahead. Next questions, please. This is from Caixin. Any topics to be disclosed about the upcoming trade talk? Thank you for your question. In the meeting earlier that was happened in January, we have exchanged our views and ideas. In the upcoming trade talk, we will focus on the issues that has been built in the consensus that has been made between the two heads of state and exchange our views on the issues of mutual concern. Thank you. From the China Business Network, and SB said that China has continued its cooperation with third-party market cooperation, including UK, France, and Germany. Can you give us some more information about the cooperation with these countries? So what are the concrete measures that will be taken in 2019? And what is the latest development about the cooperation agreement that are intended to implement between China and Japan? Thank you. For the third-party cooperation, so China will work with relevant countries to achieve a mutually beneficial result. This is also an effort to push forward an economic globalization and build an open world economy. For the time being, China is working with relevant countries to push forward the third market cooperation. Last year, we have signed relevant agreements with Netherlands, Belgium, and Japan. After the cooperation forum between China and Japan, we have continued our efforts to implement the agreement that have achieved on October the 26th. We are covering the area of energy cooperation and the petroleum and the new energy vehicle cooperation. In 2019, we will follow the international practice as well as the local government so that we can better connect our policies and to build a more harmonious platform and deepen the cooperation with relevant countries so that we can work better with relevant countries to push forward the third-party markets cooperation. And we will bring more benefits to the local people as well. Thank you. China-U.S. service. And we have realized there is an investigation result released by the EU about the countervailing and the anti-dumping investigation, and they are also targeting on the electric vehicle in China. So what is your comment on that? We have noted relevant statements, and we realize that the EU has taken actions against the investigation of the electric bicycles in China. We pay close concern to this issue. And the EU has also taken the action of the surrogate countries, which has worked against the articles that has been made for the international rules. We have a market-oriented market for the electric bicycles in China. And we also work extensively with European countries to promote the development of the electric bikes. And the EU committee has violated some of the rules from WTO in regulating this area. We will continue to work with WTO to safeguard the interests of Chinese companies. From Beijing Television, as Spring Festival is approaching, and we were expecting a purchase peak for some of the vegetables and also the fruits. So what are the measures that will be taken by MOFCOM, and what are the features for the market before the Spring Festival? In order to better serve the customers and our people during the Spring Festival, we continue to regulate and supervise the markets in the vegetable and the fruits. We will take 3 actions. First of all, we will ensure a sufficient supply for the vegetables and the fruits, and we will expand the sales channels. Currently, we have established 29 reserve mechanisms, including the crops, food, oil, and meat. And this effort has been also spread out to different regions of China to ensure the sales of the vegetables and the fruits. And we have reserved around 9,600 tons of meat to ensure we have sufficient flow in the market. And second, we will ensure a high-quality supply of the food. Currently, we are working on a circulation inspection mechanism in 58 cities. Currently, there were over 10,000 enterprises being engaged in this kind of mechanism. These cover over 500 kinds of food and vegetables in China. And also, we have developed a security tracking chain for the meat and the vegetables so that we can better manage the sales and the production of these products. And third, we will come up with an emergency plan. So we will publish a daily monitoring report for the pork. And during the Spring Festival, we will also publish the daily report for the daily necessities. If there were some price fluctuations and also some sort of demands, we will take immediate actions to ensure sufficient supply of the food to the market. As far as I know, currently the consumption market has been maintaining stable. We have sufficient supply and also have a variety of food that was provided to the consumers. Last week, according to our monitoring, we have 1% increase for the price of the agricultural products. We have good sales last week. For last week, we can see that the sales revenue generated from the market had a 20% over the previous week. And we also see the vegetables and also the tobacco market has increased its revenue to 34% and 22.6%. And we have realized that we have set a record for the retail sales of consumer goods. It is the first time that we actually exceeded 38 trillion RMB. However, the growth rate has been slowing down. Can you also give us some information about the prediction of the consumer market? In 2018, the consumption market is generally stable, and also the retail sales has become the major engine for the GDP. And we also see a stronger performance of the consumption market. For the expenditure, and we can see the proportion of the service consumption has been increased by 1.6% compared to 2017. Affected by domestic situations, we do see some slower growth rates in 2018. There are many reasons behind it. First of all, we have witnessed over 30 years of rapid growth of the retail sales in China. Currently, we have diversified consumption requests, and also we have upgraded consumption products. This meets the principle of the consumption market. Currently, we have 9% growth rate for the retail sales of the consumer goods. However, it has been ranking as one of the top among the largest economies in the world. So, however, the aggregate of the retail sales of 2018 is actually larger than the aggregates that we have like 20 years ago. At present, we see a large increase of the consumption in service. For example, in the tourism, we do have a 10% increase of the sales from the tourism. And also, we have a large increase in the ticket sales. However, these figures are not included in the retail sales of consumer goods. In 2019, we do see some pressure for the growth of the retail sales. However, we do have some favorable conditions to boost the retail sales. With the development of the urbanization, we will publish more favorable policies to boost the retail sales, and also we would like to discover new development engines. So we think that the positive momentum will remain unchanged. And we will continue to unleash the potential of the consumption market. Thank you.
谢谢大公报提问。想请问发言人，在春节期间，商务部有哪些措施保障供港食品的安全？谢谢。
The question is that during the Spring Festival, what measures will be taken by MOFCOM to ensure the safety of the food? The Chinese government have paid great attention for the agricultural product supply to Macau and Hong Kong. Currently, we have maintained a stable trend to meet all the requirements from our compatriots from the Hong Kong and Macau. We have made arrangements for the food supply to Macau and Hong Kong. We would like to ensure a safe supply for the food. Before the Spring Festival, we will set up a special committee. So the special committee will work with the local government in Macau and Hong Kong so that they can ensure that they have sufficient supply of the products. At the same time, we also reach out to the localities and make sure that 5 measures will be taken place. We'll make sure that we have enough resources to relocate, and also we would like to further our communication on this work. So the general purpose is to ensure a safe supply for the agricultural products to Macau and Hong Kong. As far as I know, we have sufficient food right now, which will meet the requirements from the market of Macau and Hong Kong. And for dealing with the severe conditions, and we take Guangdong Province and Jiangxi Province as the reserve center, when emergency happens, these two provinces will provide support to ensure the food supply to Macau and Hong Kong.
过30万亿元，创历史新高。那么贸易结构呈现哪些新的特点？此外呢，商务部提出外贸
And in 2018, we do see that the trade volume has exceeded 30 trillion RMB. So what are the features for the foreign trade performance? Thank you. In 2018, we continue to optimize the structure of the foreign trade. There were several features for that. First of all, we have diversified international markets. The proportion of the emerging market has been increased. This figure has taken up around like 57.7%, which meaning that we have a less reliance on the traditional market. The export of the electric and mechanical products has been increased to 58%, and we also have a higher percentage of export of high-tech products. We have continued to replace the labor-intensive products. And we also have a higher percentage of the import of the consumer goods. And currently, I only have the information about the first 11 months, so we will wait for a few days for the whole year data. And for the import, it was about 1.1 trillion RMB. So, for example, for the food and the alcohol, the import has been increased by 90%. And for the cosmetics, the import has been increased by 69%. And we continue to see a better role from the private sectors. In terms of the business entities, the export of the private enterprises takes up around 48%. In 2019, we would like to ensure stability while seeking progress. We will continue to strive for a high-quality development. In terms of high-quality development, I would like to highlight a few aspects. With the development of scientific innovation, for labor-intensive products and the electronics and the mechanical products, we would like to build bigger brands in these products, and we still have room for development. Second, we will focus on our import. With the unlock of the market potential, especially for the high-end products, we still have room for development. Third, we would like to focus on the international market. We still have much to do to foster a diversified international market. And we also give a bigger role for the emerging markets. And also we have seen a better performance of the foreign invested companies in this regard. For the industrial chain, we can see some of the production has been entering into a new phase for the development. And we would like to continue to unlock the potential of the private sectors, as well as focusing on the performance of the foreign invested companies. We still have a huge potential for our foreign trade development in 2019. If there's no more questions, that's the end of the press conference. Thank you.